Yo, check. Alright, good. It's Storm back with another one. Another banger, of course. If you haven't already, check out Powder. First breakdown of good old Scatter EP. We'll see from there, but today we're gonna work on Glides, the one that started it all, honestly, for this project. Obviously, Belton as well, but insane tracks. Probably my favorite to date, for sure. I guess let's just start with I'll just run a quick part of the drop and then we'll go like usual, just a quick breakdown. Hopefully 20 minutes long or so, but you know, if it goes over a little bit, so be it.
Brings up the set over this now.
Yeah, it's classic 140 drop, more dubstep oriented. Definitely was out of my what's it called, comfort zone away of trying for new songwriting. So really fun track. Let's kick it with the intro then. Starting out, first layer, which is grain delay, reverb, and EQ with it off. That's insane. Holy, yo, wait, run that back. Wait, so, so. That's original. Then putting it all together with. Grain delay carries. Also the filter itself too, but. That's crazy to get the background sound. Well, I guess I surprised myself. Let's check up here quickly. This might be where the audio came from originally. Have a copy. You always make copies of your project so you don't accidentally save stuff on the main one. See what this whole strip is. I think it's this up here. Yeah, so here's the original patch. We can go through it. Okay, is it in the drop here? Oh, so it is in the drop. Yeah, so that's original though. So. Very basic notes. Let's see without the effects. Shoot. Pretty cool synth actually in itself. Let's see. So we just got a top wave with 6 voices, and then square wave minus 1 octave. So let's see. And some slight multi-band compressor within Vital. So think your OTT kind of, not really. Mix up. Let's see. I think I usually mess with the attack release. As you drop the release, I think I pull it back a little bit more than default. I might be wrong. Yeah. So adding chorus. You can hear a little washy EQ'd it. You can see on the spectrometer, whatever it's called up top. Oh God, what's it called? The waveform. I guess it's called waveform. Takes out low end. Then of course the hybrid, which carries. We're on early reflections. Ableton Studio backwards LR. I didn't really touch much, except I love Shimmer. I think we talked about this in Powder as well. Shimmer is just a goated algorithm for reverbs. It adds like, I want to say melodic elements, but I don't want to be incorrect, so maybe more harmonic. Like just harmonics physically, because the way it, here, let's just run it. Try Dark Heart. It's just a lot floatier, angelic almost, you can hear it. There's just a lot more high end on it, so really good at stuff. So let's move forward. At the bottom here, this is a secret weapon of mine I've been using for a little bit, so here's the sauce, fellas. Thank me later. This good at plugin. This plugin right here is straight carries, so, you know, this is the dream for me, especially with like Ephraim or Gamu G Jones. The Rafe stabby hits. What else is it? I believe it's what's his name, Swan. crazy tracks. But they all use Crazy Rage stuff, so this is the closest to get. Obviously, you can find them on their own, but this definitely. This does it justice for sure. So really cool VST. Let's get into it. So we have. I just did a lot of descending patterns in the song. I realized for the songwriting. Yeah, hybrid again. Reverb, EQ, and then we have a utility on the end. So without it, a lot of these stabs sound like this originally. Like yeah, I like having a little more tail to them. So adding reverb is pretty easy to kind of remedy that issue, especially with layering like this. Make it push back a little more spaciness in it. Let's see what else we got. This is just a reverb. Yeah, so what I like to do a lot of times is I'll let you take one note. I don't know where it is on here, but I just add a decent reverb on it and then I'll reverse it. So you get these really cool creative risers. But it's using the same elements in the song, so it's kind of all glued together. Really cool stuff. That one's not being used. What else do we have? Yeah, so I just have these like, the way I wrote this out was I kind of just dragged in random orders. You see the strips, like it's not spaced out or timed correctly. It's kind of just dragging them like this. On Windows, what is it? Control Shift drag. Goated, really useful for sure. I believe it's S, the slip tool on FL as well. So definitely in terms of workflow, really useful. Let's see. Moving further down, let's see. We got basses finally. Where did I cook this one? I guess it's just a sub. I believe it's the main sub within the song. So I just bounced it out and then I just slapped on a ton of reverb. Amp as well. Let's see if we can. Wow, that's such a distinct difference. Reverb again, push it back a little bit, and then cut the lows, because obviously with reverb especially, it's ping-ponging all over like the reflections. You don't want that in a song. Oh, and then I whipped a pan on it too? Hats off to me for doing that, shoulder taps for sure. Down here, just classic operator, little LFO wubby. Yeah, not too overcomplicated. Copy the settings on there. Then just drums, just a hat. Then the effects.
We're gonna fix up the set over this now.
Sub drop up here. But pretty minimalist build for the most part. Alright, let's get into the fun part now. Drop. So starting up at the top. We still use that reverb riser we did in the intro, so that's would have recycled those parts in a way. From up here, just dropped it down here. So every other measure is just the way it flows into the kick makes a difference for sure. A lot of it about this element in the song or in general with like the arrangement was like, how do I make this flow as much as I can? Because most of those 140 songs don't really rely on like, they do rely on some cool sound design, but it's more minimalist than like growls and stuff like that from like Brostep and other genres, right? Anyways, let's go down. This is the meat right here. This is what drives everything. In terms of time, won't go into it too much, but goated preset. I believe it's just a sine wave with some FMing V, so you can't really hear it too much, maybe not. Also amp though. I was using amp a lot back then for bass sounds. It's just such a good. This is also a filthy sound in itself too. It sounds a little hollow, so that kind of like tames it in a way, right? I gotta keep moving on though. Drums. Shout out Veer. Shout out LeMay. Pretty basic. Also the shaker I didn't realize until later, but that's a sick sample. That just sounds clean in the context of the song. Okay, so wait, this is actually sick. Wait, I need to go back to this. Wait, I didn't even realize it did this. What did I do here? Okay, so the glide function here in operator, I cranked it up. Usually it's off, so it sounds like. Yo. I mean, that sounds sick too, but this is like a really like cooked way to like map automation for pitch map bending, but that's one way to do it for sure. So we keep going. Just classic vocal one shot. This one I believe is just the pretty filthy like re-sound. I wanted something just like kind of like a drone in the background, so just add variety because we're already 8 bars into it, so just felt like that. Here, let's see what we got. Whoa. Okay, so this was Rave Generator as well. But holy, just turn off a few of these to hear it. Shifters. Shifters are good at frequency shifters than hybrid again. That's honestly a really sick texture. I honestly forgot about it, and honestly could have just flow so well with it. Layers together pretty nicely. But anyways, we return back to that original stab part. Alright, so this build here for I can't count, 8 bars was one of the most favorite parts of this. Initially, pretty sure I started with the first drop first and then worked to the second, but the second one's like really what sealed the deal. Like, okay, I need to finish this song. Let's see what we got though. Yeah, so this one is honestly one of my most favorite breakdown slash builds. We're going from the drop. The way the cymbal hits down here, which is just a one shot, I believe. Yeah. Some compression on it, and then this cool atmosphere in the back. Crane with the goat. Good loop, delay, reverb, EQ. Just added a lot more. I mean, it says in the name atmosphere, right? So figured it out together. Because subtracting that sub from Liddy like a bar ago, it's a huge contrast. So this is a really good way to like change up the energy flow within a song, especially for a listener. So I think that's what I was going with this. Same with here, it's just that reverb. And then the sub, this sub drop note just carries the build. The way it hints at like something's coming is just so sick. Quick down here, Sound Clash. I ripped this from YouTube, so this is just some sample I found. Want the sauce for that? Easy. Tape stop. So sick. So sick. Radius 40 also is really underrated for my Ableton users.
Go, Mark! Go, Mark! Run! Go, Mark! Run!
I haven't got creative and automated it a little bit, so it opens up the top end frequency. You know, this is a basic EQ, but really sick stuff. Let's see, short reverb, very short reverb-ish. And then just a riser.
Go, Mark! Run!
Alright, this is where the bulk of this breakdown is gonna be for sure right here. So, Red Fact the Stab, this is the literally what sold the song right here. Like this drop is just like carries so hard. Let's start with the lead then. Very snappy lead. I was working really hard to get more snappy leads versus like a lot of my songs are kind of just this bass like here. So the first drop is more representative of like what I was working with, which is pretty solid in itself. But this is where the flow comes in, more of the trappier stuff that I like to make. So sub. Now here's where it gets special. So from all my tech nerds out there with this stuff, you might enjoy this. So we'll keep it brief, but if anyone wants more detail on it, I can try to. But I automated the gate to I sidechained the rave step up here to the sub. So anytime this lead goes, the sub goes. So it gets this really cool gated feel, obviously. So you can see it on the waveform up top, right? It's trailing. Versus here, it's one note. So it just has some bounce, and playing that live, like, it rips. So adding together, you get that high end plus low end. I just think, like, it just stands out. Sick. Call response section. See what we got. So we just got this classic thing, and then of course for the gamers, y'all already know this one. I don't even need to say it. So so good. So cool. Up here, just a high end layer. Just destroy the saturated and then cut the lows. Just add a little flavor, white end. Joe B with this gun bass. Kind of cool. It has a little skip like the doo doo. Then let's see. Made a quick one shot out of this Novi 4 bass 1. Let's see if I missed anything. Another layer. This actually has a filthy layer. Now when I think about it. Oh, this here. And then also on top of this too, the spice for sure was holy. I can't even describe what the shifters are doing except this part here, which is just pitch bends. These are sick. Yeah. I think up here. Yeah. Really cool note hits. And a quick little thing down here. Granulator. Oh yes, here we go. I guess I just used Granulator for a basic one shot, but yeah, there we go. How to overkill a sound in 10 seconds. Brings back that intro sound. This was just another rave generator. I was just experimenting. Found this cool little like lower. I think I just lowered an octave. So I added it just on a kick every so often. I think what's cool about the outro is just the way I mean, obviously, it might be a little like minimalist to use the same layers you did in the intro, but the way it like loops back around and it's kind of with closure, especially with this layer, just brings out so much energy with it, but it's like controlled. Like, let's hear without. There's just open space in the back that could be filled, so. Yeah, it just, maybe it's luck or something, but it just worked perfectly. But yeah, that concludes the Glide's breakdown though so far. What I was gonna do, I guess quick, yeah, backstory. I want to save it till the end, so you guys got to actually look at the production, didn't have to go sit through and skip through. So let's do it quick. Glides actually started from, I believe, the base layer in the second drop slash first drop. So if I can find it, sheesh, please. This one here. The reason why it's called glides is I discovered how useful the pitch envelope was. So initially, I believe the main thing was just this. Yeah, this is like, if this was a demo song, this is what it sounded like. Still not bad, but when you add pitch envelope, which as you can see with the envelope up here, starting up, so it swooshes down into it very quickly. It's also kind of a similar way to make actual 8/8s, like within hip hop, you know, with the kick. But anyways, just adding that pitch envelope, that's where I started having the idea of just messing around. Like, you can kind of tame it or make it more extreme, but that's literally where the idea came from. Was like, yo, like, this is a sick bass layer. And I believe around that time too, that's when I discovered Rave Generator, and I was like, that's the money. So I remember, like, yeah, these ones here. Really favorite part of mine as well, just with the leads that I've made. And then this was just on a whim. I honestly think.
What?
I think I started with the build actually for once instead of starting with the drop. Good to actually like fill out the song before you actually make it drop, so it gives you a better idea of like what type of energy you want to like hit them with.
What?
This is in the later part right here, but I remember I've never made a minimalist build like this. Like it's usually, you know, with the snares, the kicks, the claps, the like insane risers, maybe a few more one shots in it, but this one just it felt right. And then straight up, this is on a whim. I was like, yo, I want to make some let's just see what triplets sound like. And I think the idea around this was because it's polyphonic, you can literally just add more notes underneath it. Like it's a cool characteristic. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. You might not notice too much in the listen, but it definitely adds a little bit of bounce to it. But that's definitely like what, like I said before, it kind of just became fluid after that. I remember initially too, without the gate, it just sounded like really weird, and I was like, I spent so much time on this gate, dude. This gate carries so hard. Let me see. Okay, so so I mapped the gate on certain hits that I want, which coincides with the call and response. The song is very call and response, like for arrangement. So I turn it off for that sustain note, so you'll see at the top. Yeah, there it is. And then I had to duplicate that to this as well, which didn't take too long. This is just a similar one, but just upper texture frequencies to layer into the bass. That fuzziness. But I remember that part definitely was just like, yo, that took long. So that was kind of just my process, at least, was those two main characteristics of finding this VST right here that, again, not sponsored, but really goated. And then just experimenting with gated, because I don't think a lot of people really use gate, like the effect itself in audio effects in Ableton. I mean, I have yet to see people that have it in workflow. I'm sure people do, but it's rare. But it just this just felt a lot more different than a lot of stuff I was listening to. It definitely took inspirations from who I love listening to, but I think this is one of my favorite creations using those roots plus creativity, originality. And oh yeah, of course, if you made it to the end of this, I know we're approaching 30, but I'll probably cut it down a little bit. There was initially a third drop within this song. I never finished it up, but
Delta.
maybe I'll make a VIP. I don't know, maybe this is your sign to comment. Blow up the YouTube channel for this one, but um yeah, there was a third drop initially experimenting with that, but just thought I'd throw it out there. But this is the project file though. I was working with obviously as a copy, but um definitely one of my bigger projects for sure, but so happy to get this one out. I was sitting on this for so long. I believe the 2024 glides. So this was made June, which doesn't sound right. I feel like this is. Oh, there you go. Sorry, not done there. Bogan. Yeah, so I guess the project was made last January, so it's almost a year. So it was definitely one later. A lot of these projects are from fall 2023, August 2023. It's an older project for sure, so I'm gonna work better on releasing newer stuff, but definitely want to work time on my artwork and etc. But anyways, I'll probably do one or two more of these, so stay tuned on that. But if not, I'll definitely make some quick shorts out of this stuff as well for Instagram and etc. So hopefully it's good content for that stuff. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. So till next time, we'll end it right here. Thank you guys for checking this out. Shout out to the homies that helped me out with this project as always. I don't want to forget anyone, but you guys know who you are. So thank you guys. It's been sick to release this stuff. It's more to come. That's all I gotta say. So see you guys later.